Do you feel exhausted and tired all day and perhaps not able to get into that deep restorative sleep? Or maybe your body feels inflamed, your digestion is off, and you're gaining weight despite eating well. Now, most people, including many doctors and health practitioners, blame cortisol. And cortisol is a buzzword. But what if high cortisol isn't actually the problem? You see, high cortisol is not a malfunction. It's your body betraying you. It's a signal. It's your nervous system waving a flag, begging you to notice it. It's Jay here, and as a yoga therapist and an Ayurvedic health practitioner, in this video, I'm going to reveal what is actually happening to most of our nervous systems and how we can fix it using a few yoga and Ayurveda protocols so that we can reclaim our energy, eliminate inflammation, and get better, deeper sleep. First, I want to share something personal. There was a time when I was living with constant stress. My cortisol levels were elevated. But what I noticed more than anything was how I felt every single day. My mind was constantly racing. I felt anxious for no obvious reason. And that anxiety eventually became so overwhelming that I started experiencing panic attacks. Now, these are when the nights were really the hardest and I would lie awake for hours, exhausted and really unable to switch off my mind. And when I finally did fall asleep, I rarely felt rested the next morning. Now, at that time, I kept looking for a quick fix. I thought if I could just lower my cortisol, everything else would take care of itself. But I eventually realized that the real issue wasn't simply a hormone. It was that my nervous system had forgotten how to relax. That realization completely changed my life. Instead of looking for a quick hack, I started a progressive and sustainable wellness program that gave lasting results. What I really did was I began following simple yoga and Ayurvedic principles that brought more rhythm and stability into my day. Now, it really consisted of just a few techniques to completely regulate my nervous system, not perfectly, but just consistently. Slowly, things began to change. The anxiety became less intense, and the panic attacks, they stopped. My mind, it really became quieter, and I started sleeping through the night again. And today, honestly, I sleep better than ever. And more importantly, I'm no longer feeling that my body is constantly inflamed, tired, and stuck in that survival mode. So Ayurveda, a 5,000-year-old framework for health and longevity, is really designed to regulate the nervous system and help reduce inflammation. According to Ayurveda, the body runs on three energies, the doshas, right? Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Chronic stress, anxiety, and being exhausted is always almost a Vata imbalance. So Vata, which is related to the wind and the air element, it governs movement, your breath, your nervous system, and your thoughts. And when Vata is aggravated, everything speeds up. Racing thoughts, shallow breath, disrupted sleep, and that wired but tired feeling that never quite resolves. Now, modern physiology calls this cortisol dysregulation. Ayurveda saw it first and gave it a name, a nervous system that lost its rhythm. When Vata is out of balance and too high, your immune system is also affected. Inflammation, the puffiness, the joint aches, the brain fog, this can turn into a chronic condition. When your immune system and your metabolism gets sabotaged, your body keeps releasing sugar into your blood to prepare you to run, right? That fight or flight. But you're not running and you're not fighting. That sugar has nowhere to go, so it gets stored often around your organs. Your thyroid slows down, your libido dips, and your sleep and your mood take the hit. So this is what Ayurveda calls a depleted Ojas, your reserve of vitality and resilience. And once your Ojas is drained, everything goes south. Your digestion, your immunity, your sleep, your energy, and your mental clarity. And this is exactly where I found myself during those days of anxiety, exhaustion, and inflammation, right? I was constantly on. My Vata was through the roof. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't sleep. And I definitely couldn't turn off my mind. And I remember, lying in bed, doing all that mental math about how many hours of sleep I'd get if I fall asleep right now, which of course guaranteed that I wouldn't. My body was stuck in a loop, dumping stress hormones like I was in real danger, even when I was lying safely in my own bed. So here is what I did to change all of this, and you can do it too. So number one, anchor your day with Dinacharya. So Dinacharya in Ayurveda is referred to as a daily rhythm. Your Vata thrives on a routine. So you want to wake, eat, sleep at consistent times. Your nervous system calms dramatically just from knowing what's next. So you want to plan out your day, your eating times, your exercise and movement times, and of course your sleep times, and stick to it. Number two, practice some form of breath work like alternate nostril breathing or humming bee breath, morning and night. And this is one of the fastest ways to bring your nervous system out of fight or flight. So 5 minutes twice a day is enough to start shifting your baseline stress response. You can check out some of the videos here on the channel for that. Number three, do slow grounding and warm yoga, not intense flow. If Vata is already elevated, a fast-paced, sweaty practice can actually add fuel to the fire. Instead, favor grounding postures like forward folds, gentle twists, legs up the wall, hold them longer with slower, deeper breaths. Now, you can practice them in a heated environment because this helps as well. And this also tells your body that it's warm, it's grounding, and it's really safe to downshift. Number four is try Abhyanga. So Abhyanga is an Ayurvedic word for massage, essentially a warm oil massage that you do yourself. You can look at it as a nightly self-massage with, I like to use the sesame seed oil because it's one of the most common oils and rituals that is used in Ayurveda. It grounds Vata, soothes the nervous system, and really signals to your body that the day is done. Number five, eat warm, cooked foods. Cold, raw foods, although they can be beneficial, it aggravates Vata. So warm them up, keep them well spiced, and keep those regular meals to help stabilize blood sugar, which is directly tied to high cortisol. Number six, get that sunlight early. This isn't just a modern biohack. Ayurveda has long recognized that morning light as essential for aligning your internal clock and setting your mind for the day ahead. Number seven, give your caffeine a curfew. If your mind won't turn off at night, cut the caffeine by early afternoon. It's a small change that really has this huge effect on your ability to actually rest. Number eight, do yoga nidra. We're a big proponent of that on the channel. So you could do that in the evening or late afternoon. And this, I feel, is one of the single practice that changed my sleep the most. You see, yoga nidra guides your body into deep relaxation while staying just on the edge of consciousness. And it's really one of the most well-documented ways to rebuild the nervous system's capacity to rest. Number nine, set emotional boundaries. In Ayurveda, when you're absorbing everyone else's energy, that depletes your Ojas. So you're not responsible for regulating everyone around you. So it's important to protect your energy, protecting that for your health. And I always recommend staying away or limiting your time away from those who drain your energy. And number 10, move your body gently and consistently. Beyond holding yoga postures, slow and sometimes specialized movements helps close the stress loop that your body was designed for. So what it does is these certain movements helps to release stuck energy. But when you're already depleted, what you want to do is you want to favor the consistent modern movement. So things like simple walking or just moving joints and glands, your different parts of your body. And that's a lot better than those high intensity, high cortisol workouts. So here's what I want you to do and what I want you to walk away with. It's not just about your cortisol and finding quick ways to regulate it. It's really about finding a routine, right? Your nervous system has just been asking for rhythm, warmth, and rest. And it will respond the moment you start giving it those things. And give it some time. I went from panic attacks and sleepless nights to sleeping deeper than I have ever have. And it's simply by returning to the practices that are thousands of years old. So if I can find my way back to calm, so can you. Let me know in the comments below, do any of these practices resonate with you? And also feel free to grab a copy of the Yoga Therapy and Sleep and Nervous System Reset Guide linked below to start bringing your own nervous system back into rhythm. Peace and namaste.